What's up everybody, Joshua Casper back at you with Plugin Boutique, and today I'm going to show you how I would get started making a custom beat using the Hustle instrument from the Beatmaker bundle by UJAM. This is generally aimed towards the heavier bass genres, so I'm going to start making a kind of heavy but more laid back, chill out Moombah style pattern. So to get started, what I would do is flip through presets, right, until I find one that I like. And the way I would do that is maybe turn on Latch and then just smack C3 on my keyboard. And this is kind of like the root of the rest of the different styles down here from whatever preset you load. So I just pressed my key once, and now that's just gonna play over and over again. So I can flip through my different presets up here. So say, you know, maybe I like the feel of that, but I wanna change the kit. Or I want to change the different styles. You know, I like the kit. I like the way the preset is laid out, but I want to change the different styles down here. So that's one way to get started. Another way would just be to jump into a MIDI clip and start programming drums using the different MIDI notes down here for the drum kit. So starting on C1 is my kick, a secondary kick, snare, and then so on up to, what is that, D#2. Everything up C3 and above is going to be a preset pattern. So if I come in and just put in one, let me show you exactly what I mean. So if I come in here, just put in a MIDI clip. If I come in here to C3 and drop a MIDI note, and then go ahead and play the clip, it's playing that preset pattern for me, or the style as it's called inside of these Beatmaker plugins. Or I can come in and start writing my own. Come down here to C1. I gotta get rid of that C3 up there. I could do it that way, but I find the best way is using the new feature, which is the drag and drop MIDI. So if I just click above C3 on the keyboard right inside of the plugin, you can see that it's highlighting up on the top there. If I just click drag and drop, I get all that information from that MIDI pattern that's already like a preset MIDI pattern, essentially. So what I could do now is come in here and then just manipulate this rather than, you know, putting it all in myself. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so that's that really big bassy hit. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that for now. Let's jump back into the Hustle and just switch through some of the different kits to see if we can't find something that works better with this particular pattern. All right, that one's working really well for me. And what's really cool about this newest version is I can actually come in and change it. Let's say I don't really like this particular hat or snare or whatever it is. I can come in here and just change it to a different kit. All right, and then I can maybe alt click this to set the pitch back, turn down the decay a little bit, turn down the volume, mix it a little bit more. And there we go. So now I have kind of my beefy part for this. I could easily just duplicate that and then maybe check out some fills. Oh, I mean, that one actually might work right off the bat. So if I take that, drag and drop that in, could probably pull it over here and then just duplicate this whole bit. Let's see what we got now. You know what I mean? Maybe we don't want that fill, or maybe we want to switch it up. I could just easily click, drag, and drop this other fill in here. And if I want to come in and then add, you know, a kick drum, I could do that easily enough as well. And then if we add some other elements of, say, a different track, let's go ahead and see what that sounds like. I mean, we're well on our way here, but we can actually go a bit further. But before we do that, let me check out some other kits to see if anything jives a little bit better with these other elements. All right, so I'm really feeling that. Now, there is this bass tune here. You hear how the kick drum is being changed ever so slightly? There's no reason why we can't put that in the key of this track, which happens to be B flat. So if I come up here to A sharp, this is actually the same as B flat. So if I just go ahead and tune that, it should feel better. It's not a really long kick, but it is definitely noticeable when I'm moving this pitcher that the pitch is actually changing. So making it in key of my track is going to be the right move. All right, so we're well on our way. Now there's one other thing I want to show you, which actually I've already done a completely separate video tutorial on this, but I want to sidechain my bass line to the kick here. And there's a new feature inside of all the instruments inside of the Beatmaker 2 bundle, which allows for individual output. So I'm using the C1 kick. So if I click that, right now the output is to the master. So it's going to be coming out of this channel. But if I hit individual, and then create a second audio track inside of my DAW. Right here where it says EXT in, if I come down to hustle and then come down to output 2 and then set the monitor to in, I'm getting my audio of just that kick sent into this channel. Now the kick isn't doubled up, so it's missing the kick over here, which is what we want. But now I can take my compressor, for example, and drop it on my bass line, come into sidechain routing and take it from audio 2, which is my kick. And instead of using the EQ to try to filter out the rest of the elements of the track, I could just use the kick now. Simply come down here, adjust the compressor the way I like it. And what's really cool is now that I have the audio routed this way, if I make any changes, make additions or subtractions to the main MIDI here, it's going to be reflected in this audio channel, and the bass sidechain compression will only react to the updated version. So I don't need to worry about anything in the future in terms of sidechaining. I can still come in here and change up any of my, maybe my mix settings. And I could even change my kit, or I can change anything else, and I'm still going to get the sidechain signal that I'm looking for my kick drum. All right, so there you go. A few helpful hits on using the all-new Hustle 2 from the Beatmaker bundle by UJAM to get started making a track. Obviously, I'm working on something like a Moombah track here, but this could be applied to any other genre you want. And now that you have full flexibility in terms of MIDI sequences and patterns, you can make any genre you want using the exquisite drums inside of each one of these instruments. Anyway, if you want to learn more, links in the video description as always. I'm Joshua Casper. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next video.